You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, Leadership, Vanguard, Punch, Daily Post, The Sun, The Nation, This Day, and if time permits, we are also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Gunmen kill Kwara monarch, abduct wife, 2 others in fresh attack. Federal government targets 77% increase in IGR to fund projects. Others. Punch celebrates 50th anniversary. 40 days after, worries over delay in swearing in of 11 Supreme Court justices. We run elections. Voter apathy looms as IGP restricts movement in 26 states. CBN intensifies action against speculators as Naira rebounds slowly. Federal government NICA plan consumer credit framework. French firm to acquire MultiChoice in $1.7 billion deal. Kidnappers reduce Ekiti pupils ransom to 15 million naira. Oni to rally leaders against insecurity in Southwest. Bandits abduct director near military base as report cites rising impact of insecurity. Fulani vigilante. PDP accuses Nasarawa governor of double standard. Stop banditry or contend with militia groups. Okay. Tells federal government. Akpabio. Go on. Others urge Nigerians to emulate Oneikan's virtues. Nigerians sell their relatives as low as 30,000 naira to traffickers. Concrete reveals. MBA Spidel asks Inspector General of Police to stop demanding issuing CMRIS certificates. MBA SPIDEL asks Inspector General of Police to stop demanding issuing CMRIS certificates. MacArthur Foundation tax civil society organizations on disability rights. Church of Nigeria to honor Olamiti with Excellence Award at 45th anniversary. Oborowore swears in last 3 commissioners 8 months after. Rivers crisis. Group urges Wike to give peace a chance. Stop going after Fubara's loyalists. Mba solicits private sector support in children's education, excluding private varsities from tertiary education trust fund. Unfair, unjustifiable, says ABUADVC. Gunmen kill para monarch. We've taken this. Nigeria's defense minister Matawale joins colleagues in Saudi Arabia to discuss security, subsidy, palliative. Over 3.4 million Edo residents benefit from free bus scheme. Abana memorial lectures. PAAU Vice Chancellor calls for subsidized cancer treatment for patients. Wike vows to flush out criminals, bandits from Abuja. Vice President Chetima loses stepmother, Haua Komi. Sokoto Police Command recover 20 cows, donkey from cattle rustlers. INEC excludes PDP from Plateau rerun elections. 6 things you need to know about Anambra burial law. PDP appoints Amina Aro as women leader. Mother of Ekiti monarchs, Atayero, demands emergency amidst rising insecurity. Tinted glass permit. 3 police officers in Lagos face trial. Nigeria's security issues exaggerated. South Africa, others have it worse. Presidency. FAAN spent 1 billion naira on travel allowance flights in 2023. Kiyamu. Fire outbreaks. Akwa Ibom government cautions residents against bush burning. FIRS directs banks to remit levy on foreign transactions from 10,000 naira. Russia says shoots down 11 drones overnight. Pipeline explosion kills 5 vandals in Imo, police. Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps arrests 6 suspected illegal petroleum products dealers. Electricity consumers increased to 11.71 million in Q3 2023 MBS. Reps set December 2025 to deliver new constitution. Obaseki, Infracore, others seal 228 billion naira deal for reconstruction of Benin Asaba Expressway. EFCC traces 7 billion naira to religious bodies, alleges faith leaders laundering funds for terrorists. And that's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to Leadership newspaper. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to the Leadership newspaper. Reps link Ranko-free house to Abbas leadership style. FCT records 3,072 gender-based violence cases. Coalition wants FCT appeal. High Court justices appointed on merit. Pilgrims Commission new boss assumes office. Pilgrims Commission new boss assumes office. Para opens Tunde Idiabo flyovers second service lane. Abu Razak presents 6 million naira checks to school debate champions. Meadow Belt Group denies asking Ogala to resign. Embrace new legitimate means of livelihood. GOC warns saboteurs. Review Cyber Crime Act. ACF France tells Nigeria. Chetima loses stepmother. Hua Abba Kumi. Senate 6 Nigeria. Germany collaboration on security power. Panel issues arrest warrant on Abia ex-accountant general. Federal government launches new teacher development scheme. Minister orders decry use of youths for violence. 55 killed, children missing in sustained attack on Benue communities. Alleged bribery in Nigerian Navy, malicious lawyer. Army seizes 5 million liter stolen crude oil. Return to ECOWAS, civil rules. Civil society organizations tell Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso junta. Castena elders don't speak for North on Tinubu's 2027 bid. Matawale, PDP appoints Honorable Amina Divine Aaron as national woman leader. APC to Fubara, you must implement all Tinubu's peace proclamation. Nigeria needs society that values talents, sacrifices. Calumny. Northern youths back Gbajabiamila's call for investigation. Federal government completes palliative work on Enugu-Abakaliki Road. Rerun. By-elections hold in 26 states tomorrow. Gunmen kill Kwara monarch. Abduct wife, 2 others. U.S. slams sanctions on Israeli settlers over West Bank attacks. Decision to quit ECOWAS, sovereign rights of nations. Russia. Why the security agencies need internal cleansing. Utilizing business clusters for shared services. ECOWAS, is this the beginning of the end? No church, mosques, launder money for terrorists, EFCC. Federal government tax on gender, responsive education, teachers training. Again, student loan misses January deadline. Kidnappers demand food items, 290 million naira to release FCT hostages. Leadership award will spur me to do more. Natasha. Central Bank of Nigeria's takeover of sales proceeds from NNPCL illegal. Article. Federal government completes palliative work on Enugu-Abakaliki Road. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Leadership newspaper this morning. PDP governors visit Plateau, donate 100 million naira to assist victims of crisis. Kanu forest traders limit transaction hours to boost naira value. Alleged 3.6 billion naira fraud. EFCC 6 arrests of ex Niger Delta Development Commission top official Omasuli. Religious sects laundering money for terrorists, not church. Mocks EFCC. Deputy Speakers tax Abia APC stakeholders on competence, integrity. By-elections, police restrict movement in affected states. PISEP to partner Google, Amazon, others for Southeast development. AFCON 2023 form. Head-to-head starts as Nigeria battle Angola Friday. Tinubu congratulates Dangote on National Order Award by Senegal. Shehu laments abandonment of 126 graveyards in Borno. Nigeria buys 12 IZ Viper attack helicopters, orders from US for $1 billion. Nigeria buys 12 IZ Viper attack helicopters, orders from US for $1 billion. Governor N100m as suspected cultists behead police inspector in Akwa Ibom. AFCON 2023, injured Nwabali, cleared to face Angola. Castena elders cannot speak for North on Tinubu's 2027 bid. Matawale. Panel issues arrest warrant against Abia ex-accountant general. Why civilians need firearms? Ned Nwoko. US teacher confesses to sexually abusing 13-year-old boys. Port efficiency. APM Terminals calls for stronger stakeholders collaboration. Human rights activist sues Taraba over mining activities. MTN Foundation partners with PSHAN in equipping 52 PHCs. Capacity building. Maritime Academy trains varsity students on mandatory courses. Recent development in ECOWAS. Africa's opportunity to build new bridges. Alliance, says RFIDG. Miners nationwide owe federal government 2 trillion naira in Kaduna alone, 300 billion naira. Minister Akoko, by-election. Only rotation can guarantee peace, unity. Ulukare. Lagos Red Line Rail Project ready for commissioning, says Sanwo-Olu. Ekiti Court sentences 20-year-old to 30 months in jail for rape of toddler. Adelami sworn in as Ondo Deputy Governor, promises 100% loyalty to Ayedatiwa. Stakeholders applaud Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps for war against oil thieves, pipeline vendors in Akwa Ibom. Respect Rivers Peace Accord. Group tells Wike Customs commits to meeting 5.08 trillion naira revenue target for 2024. Adebiti resumes as Christian Pilgrims Commission new boss. Governor Enodo's outlined cash gift to outgoing Commissioner of Police military chiefs. Federal government launches initiative for improved maternal health outcomes. Relocation. FAAN officials spend 1 billion naira on air tickets shortened between Abuja, Lagos, Kiamo. I prioritize education. Without it, I wouldn't be doomed. Amokachi tells young players. High cost of drugs. Pharmaceutical industry players seek 600 billion naira intervention fund for local production. Cross River Commissioner of Police tax JONAPWD members on peace, unity. Nigeria favored to win AFCON 2023. Opta. FHA staff kidnapped in Abuja. $1.3 billion OML 245. Negotiations to end dispute ongoing, says Lobobri, after clearance of foreign airlines trapped funds. Travel agents demand lower airfare. Ndas marks 100 days in office, promises a new BON. And that's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to Vanguard newspaper. Gunmen kill traditional ruler, abduct wife, two others in Kwara. Ekiti pupils abducted. Ekiti pupils abductors reduce 100 million naira ransom to 15 million naira. Rules for federal workers as government fails to pay salary. Tension as hoodlums behead policeman in Akwa Ibom. Court jails actress 6 months for spraying, stepping on new naira notes. Why federal government should remove electricity subsidy? Power minister. Hard times, 7 months not enough to fix Nigeria. Federal government. How we are determining new minimum wage. How we will determine new minimum wage. Government, OPS, labor. 1 in 5 workers suffer violence, harassment, ILO. Federal government plans to emasculate us. NASU raises alarm. Establish state police to fight insecurity. PDP governors tell federal government. Woes for federal workers as government fails to pay salary. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. The solution of Ondo cabinet done in good faith. Ayedatiwa. By election. My disqualification. Deliberate. Political. PDP candidate. ONU. CBN's takeover of crude oil sales is illegal. Atiku tackles Tinubu. Shelf 2027 ambition. Allow younger people to run. Bode George tells Atiku. Tinubu needs more time to implement economic reforms. Minister. Insecurity. 13 suspects arrested over Ekiti monarch's killing. Police. Court remands Islamic teacher who inflicted injuries with cable on 7-year-old. Kidnapping. We will clamp down on vehicles with unapproved tinted glasses. Police. Bandits kidnap 2 sisters in Abuja, demand 30 million naira ransom. CBN clamps down on banks, pegs trade, assets in forest. Femi Otedola appointed as chairman FBN Holdings. FAAN relocation to Lagos will save us over 500 million naira on travels alone. Kiyamo. And that's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Nigerian students abroad groan over Naira free fall. Punch celebrates 50th anniversary with week-long activities. Naira rebounds as banks offload excess dollars. Protest rocks Obafemi Awolowo University Teaching Hospital, over 2,000 sacked workers. Government reopens 23 Oyo schools after 10-year shutdown. Donate 100 million naira to Plateau victims. Niger Delta Development Commission to revive Rivers rice mill to boost food security. Shell plans a $23 billion dividend for shareholders. Abductions. 15 states enlist 50,000 vigilantes against kidnappers. Police hunt gunmen who beheaded inspector in Akwa Ibom. Police arrest 52 during raid on Ogun cult initiation venue. Relatives lament as bandits abduct Abuja civil servant. 20-year-old man jailed, 30 months for rape. Alleged blasphemy. Castena residents burn neighbor's house, car. Gunmen behead police inspector in Akwa Ibom. Shell plans $23 billion dividend for shareholders. Jonathan to lead Commonwealth observers for Pakistan's election. Kogi Assembly confirms 15 new commissioners. No vacancy in National Working Committee. APC tells Yahaya Bello's supporters. PDP clears 10 aspirants for Edo governorship primaries. Edo Assembly suspends member Okes Obaseki's 2.2 billion naira loan request. Supreme Court stopped attempt to snatch Kanu through back door. NMPP National Secretary. My My expulsion from Kwara PDP didn't follow due process. Ex-PDP shifting. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Punch newspaper, will flip over to Daily Post newspaper. Women Affairs Secretariat decries increasing gender-based violence in FCT. Ban importation of human hairs. Omokri urges Tinubu. Governor Obad Sani appoints Umar Hassan as Deputy Chief of Staff. Contamination has killed aquatic animals, destroyed our farms. Abia community cries out. Communal clash. Oshun government constitutes committee to resolve Ilobu, Ifon Oshun crisis. Police confirm killing of traditional ruler, abduction of wife in Kwara. Bandits kill Kwara monarch, abduct wife, 2 others. Abia panel orders arrest of former accountant general. I am puzzled. Bashir Ahmed slams Islamic scholars for not speaking against bandits. CBN taking over crude oil sales from NMPC is illegal. Article. CBN taking over crude oil sales from NMPC is illegal. Article. Alleged 109 billion naira fraud. Ex-AGF Idris object to EFCC's video evidence. FUT MENA Center for Mycosins will reduce rate of cancer in Nigeria. Director. FUT MENA Center for Mycotoxin will reduce rate of cancer in Nigeria. Director. And that's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Sun newspaper. I am encouraged by the Sun Award, P2B, Naira crash, CBN goes after FX speculators, APC, Ganduje's A, replies Galadima, ECOWAS, civil society organizations call for dialogue to prevent regional bodies disintegration. PDP kicks as INEC excludes party from tomorrow's rerun election in Plateau. Budget. Lagos to invest 550.6 billion naira on infrastructure in 2024. Group appeals to President Tinubu to cushion effect of economic hardship. IPOB frowns at February 8th resumption of Kanu's case. Court disqualifies ONU. PDP candidate in Ebonyi South. Federal government should use Abuja as pilot scheme for state police. Ubika, reps member. We are prepared for tomorrow's by-elections in Taraba. Rec. Naira crash. CBN goes after FX speculators. Removes cap on IMTO FX rates. Delta ranks first in CJR. Oborowore. ECOWAS. Civil society organizations call for dialogue to prevent regional bodies disintegration. Tina Mba, Derenre Edu, Abdulata Adedemeji, Jidekene Achufusi. In I Love Regards. AFCON, we didn't beg Tinubu for money. SESC, scribe. Francis Ago clears air. Nigeria versus Angola. Other quarterfinal games to air live. Oshola set to leave Barcelona for United States Bay FC. That's the much we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. We will now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Country people, another good opportunity don't land for you to secure your own landed property for better location with small money before price go carry you go where you don't know. This one na legit info from the stables of Robin Fave Concept Limited. I know say you don't sabi that name by now. Robin Fave Concept Limited na big name for this real estate business. We get the track record and we dey deliver for everything we talk. Now we bring you Blessed Garden Estate, phase 1 and phase 2. Now we still bring you Airlight Garden Estate and Unique Garden Estate. All these estates, they're the capital city of Delta State, and people when sabi levels don't buy them finish. But no worry, because land no dey finish. And our work, now to direct you go where you go get the best value for your money. This time, we don't carry and come your domot with the brand new Golden City Garden Estate, Otulu, just 2 minutes from Akuku Igbo local government secretariat. This one na confirmed premium estate when you fit get with small money when no go turn your eye at all. Just 350,000 naira for one plot inside our special promo when they on now. From now till 2 weeks time. This estate dey for Otulu off Asaba Benin Expressway, just 2 minutes from Asaba Housing Estate and 5 minutes from Wichtech Group of Companies. Golden City Garden Estate dey for good location when be say na only 20 minutes e go take from Coca Junction flyover, 10 minutes from Asaba International Airport, and e no far from the express route. For inside Golden City Garden Estate, you go enjoy light and water 247. The environment clean and the day serene for you and your family with good road network and street light go dey shine for every corner. You no go worry about security because solid fence dey around the estate and security men when them train wella go man the gate 247. On top that one, recreational center dey for your maximum relaxation. Wetin you dey wait for? Waka come Robin Fave Concept Limited office make you collect your own plot inside the brand new Golden City Garden Estate. Because special promo dey on now, and for this promo season, you go get 464 square meters of land when be 50 by 100 one plot for only 350,000 naira. This promo na for only 2 weeks. So no dull yourself. With only 350k, you don't become landlord inside this correct estate or with capital city. Call us today for 081 68 32 2403. That is 081 68 32 2403. I say 081 68 32 2403. Once you pay, we go allocate your land, give you sharply, plus give you deed of assignment, register survey plan, and government approved decision. When go show say even government confirm wetin we do, you no get anything to worry about. Now we dey run am. If you no get all the money to pay now, you fit dey pay small for the one wey they call installment payment plan, whether na 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months. As long as you no go turn your eye, better payment plan dey for you to choose. Take advantage of this special promo when they on now unto say one plot of land 464 square meters now only 350,000 naira. Because once this promo ends, the price will increase small, and the promo now just 2 weeks ago. Future for you and your family. Buy your own land today. Make yourself become landlord inside the new Golden City Garden Estate. When you 2 minutes from Akuku Igbo local government secretariat, come our office when they inside the Mock petrol station, kilometer 8 at Asaba Benin Expressway at Asaba, Delta State. Or call us on top 081 68 32 2403. That is 081 68 32 2403. I say 081 68 32 2403. Now, Robin Fave Concept Limited, they develop Golden City Garden Estate.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general. Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Airborne and FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be,
government.
Street Report is here to make sense of it all. Street Report is causing social change across your streets, in your community. Street Report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanishku, PCSR number the first, every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Eponade 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On Martin Ebonade Corner 24/7, 24/7.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. We are on to the Nation newspaper. Naira's fall. CBN moves against banks for hoarding $5 billion. INEC excludes PDP from by-election in Plateau State. State police way to go, say governors, Lego giants, others. Pressure mounts on abductors of Ekiti pupils. Unifier for Edo PDP says Igodalo. Ondo Deputy Governor Adelami pledges total loyalty to Ayedatiwa. Gunmen kill monarch, abduct wife. Federal government seeks payment of 2 trillion naira debt by miners. Lagos procures coaches for Blue Red Well line. Minister, federal government to get more arms for national parks. Still on the stories making headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. EcoBank versus Anchorage. Court rules on application March 13th. Trainees get certificates in aircraft maintenance, recycling. Nigeria's advertising firm makes global ranking. Falake's empowerment scheme excites professionals. I will lead Kogi by example, says Udodo. The Nation NUJ chapter gets new ESCO. Terrorism. Army strengthens ties with Red Cross. Insecurity. Why federal government should establish arms control agency by experts. Adeleke, Adeboye, Alpha, Bego lead dignitaries in Ilesa Grammar School's 90th anniversary. Explosion. Makinde to meet affected residents Tuesday. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. From the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to This Day newspaper. In throwback interview, Buhari explains why he didn't float Naira despite IMF pressure. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger may close airspace against Nigeria flights. Aviation stakeholders warn. FAA ends bizarre 2.5 billion Naira flights, hotel accommodation cost. Akpabio, Gowon urged Nigerians to emulate Oneikan, extols Cardinals virtues at 80. Navy destroys 3 illegal refining sites in Bayelsa. Federal government eyes $10 billion investment in disputed OPL 245. Explains ongoing talks on $1.3 billion Malabu deal. Punch to celebrate 50th anniversary in Lagos. Tinubu congratulates Dangote on receipt of Senegal's highest honor. Lagos bridges, no need to fret, says Umai. Pipeline security. Schneider Electric promotes adoption of smart technology. NCAA calls for verification status of aircraft equipment. Federal government commends Dangote Cement for vital roles in economic diversification. Digital micro savings need clear pathway to pump life into African economies. FAA ends bizarre 2.5 billion naira flights hotel accommodation costs. Tinubu, super egos, and the burden of a nation. Before one party system is popularized, prioritizing the Edo agenda. Lamido, Nigeria is bedeviled by so much anger, disunity, and poverty. That's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning. From this day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune. Google unveils revolutionary search updates for 2024. IDP IELTS officially opens test center in Ibadan. Insecurity, our rally Southwest governors Gani Adams in securing Yoruba land Oni. Enacts law for quick trial execution of kidnappers. Oluwo tells Tinubu. Insecurity, Emir of Bogu commends hunters, urges Tinubu to sign NHFSS bill. Lagos Red Line Rail project ready for commissioning. Sanwo-Olu, Plateau killings. PDP Governors Forum donates 100 million naira to victims. Call Mayit Allah to order. Maharaja tells Sultan of Sokoto. We run a portal this morning. We have this message. It's coming from Comrade Manli Oduago from Odumobosi. And he says, let it be said that the president and the presidency are not dynamic and visionary. Hence, no amount of rebate under the umbrella of restructuring can make any difference as long as there is no accountability in leadership and as long as the revenues of the country are pocketed by the power that be for as so long as favoritism and kleptocracy continue in governance. No amount of political restructuring will make any difference. What Nigeria needs is an urgent return to the tenets of respect for constitutionality, rule of law, and a combination of leadership style with great vision and intellect. May God direct us towards the hidden path of self-realization. Comrade Manly Uduago from Udumobosi, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have a message coming from famous Christian. He's joining us from Ifite Village, Aguluzi Igbo. Thank you. Ogugwa Kenneth Okuchukwu from Umuoba Nam, Umuobalishi Kingdom. He says, by election, INEC will go on and select people that paid much money. Nigeria's election is a jamboree and laughable. Child traffic children are not safe in their parents' hands, and federal government is not doing anything to control the menace. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It's coming from Agonabo, and he's joining us from Ofa Aguluzibu, and he says it's no longer a news for kidnapping and killing in Nigeria. It has become a tradition, and how some tribes in Nigeria take law into their hands to kill for blasphemy is devilish and barbaric. And he says we need to condemn by any means Nigeria. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Valentine Edene from Umpo. I began to notice that Nigeria is very big for a black man to rule. Reason: the three major ethnics never welcome love but tribalism. Mindset of born to rule, which brings disintegration in a country. If splitting into two or three will stop this. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Valentine Edene from Umpo. Now we have this message. It's coming from Comrade Ibudu from Abagan, and he says, thank God Nwabali is back from injury. We are going to win Angola. He says, Nigeria is in total mess. Kidnapping and all sorts of lackadaisical news is a daily bread in this country. This got me worrying. These same people that always speak trash on the government never stop being stupid. And then I got this question from my thoughts. How can Nigeria be better when almost all the citizens bark from one character to the other? I beg my fellow Nigerians to deviate from such atrocities. The way you are struggling to survive is the same way others are struggling too. It's not fair extorting money from them unnecessarily in the name of kidnapping and other illegal extortions. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It's coming from Waloto Patrick from Monteja, and he says, I want to commend the reps for setting December 2025 to deliver new constitution. That is a welcome development, but let that not be a political statement, because this is not the first time we hear such statements, but at the end of the day, nothing will happen. Let me make it abundantly clear that what Nigeria needs now is a new constitution and not an amended one. And I know that there are some set rules to be followed for a new constitution to be drafted. Otherwise, it will not be generally accepted. And one of the rules is that the federal government should first of all constitute a constitution drafting committee who will now draft a constitution for the country. I therefore encourage reps to expedite action on this project, and if they succeed in doing that, their names will be written in the annals of history. Mwaloto Patrick from Monteja, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message is coming from Chunedu Oneka, pastor, and he says, I wish Nigerian Super Eagles good luck as they take on Angola today in the ongoing AFCON. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We also have this message is coming from Christian Ufondo from Onitsha, and he says, what type of leaders do we have in this country? The reason for my question is that I have never seen where kidnappers, bandits, and terrorists dictate for the president and the citizens on what they must do for them, or they get it hot. Our armed personnel are very good in extorting money from some innocent civilians, but look down on their assigned duties, and yet nobody, including the president, talk to them. It seems to be that of dollars, but refuse to stop the insecurity that has taken over every corner of the country. I can prove it beyond reasonable doubt that most of our leaders were underemployed to the post in which each and every one of them finds themselves. And he continued and says, Nigeria should stop making mockery of herself by trying to start another new case with Nnamdi. If Nigeria had known, she would have allowed Nnamdi Kanu go, because what she is doing is to show her backwardness. How can a case that has gone up to the Supreme Court will be descended down to lower court, and you think that those people behind it are not being beside themselves? One thing is sure, court case or no court case, the hands that are piloting. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from Chike Obata from Obinetiti Okozo, and it says insecurity is much. Please, federal government should suspend what they are doing and save this country from problem. And he says, yes, let Wike leave Fubara to govern River State. Give River State what he have. Okay, and he says, please, what is happening in this country? Are we in terrorist and kidnapping regime? Yes, Nigeria need a state police. Now insecurity is taking over this country. And he says, let me say, Mama Ned Nwoko spoke it all. Nigeria have to sign it for one to carry arm, as they won't. Okay, as for one to carry arms. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from Obiora from Okozo, and it says, government kill Kwara monarch and abduct wife. Ekitupupus kidnappers reduce ransom. And the only response from federal government is that the Nigerian insecurities are exaggerated. Even South Africa is worse. My question to people of Nigeria, all these kidnappers, government, terrorists are living in Nigeria, or are they living in heaven? And he says, why Nigerian federal government decided to paint themselves with charcoal to the insecurities in Nigeria is a planned deal, because if the citizens come out to protest, they will be killed by security agencies and arrested. And if they keep silence and stay in their homes, bandit, terrorists, and kidnappers will attack them. Nigeria, you should know that God will not come down from heaven to fight for you until you make a move. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from John Ume from Okozo, and it says the most lucrative business in Nigeria now is kidnapping, and that is why the people in the act are hell bent on going on with the business, irrespective of the challenges they are facing. The actual truth is that some of our security operatives are also in the act. They are aiding and abetting the criminals by either supplying them with arms and ammunition or information. If the government want to kill the killings and kidnapping to stop, they should legally equip all local vigilante groups across the country with arms and ammunition and see what they will achieve. We have no confidence in our security operatives again. John Ume, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll now flip over to our SMS portal to bring you more reactions this morning. From our SMS portal, we have this message. It's coming from Honorable Onyedika Osakwe, and he says, every day, every new crime, it is an indication that we are heading to comatose, as there is nobody to rescue this nation. What will be the nature and the state of this nation in 5 years to come, as our president is there for congratulatory and condolence messages? The kidnapping taking place in Abuja is nothing. And he says, but administrative lapses and rascality, the beheading of a policeman is a very barbaric, and he says, and is an indication that the nation has no plan to save its sovereignty. Okay, sovereignty. Okay, and he says, I know that Tinubu and his so-called cabinet has nothing to offer this nation apart from witch hunting. He continued and says, Wike, yes, Wike should be called to order as he is now growing wings. He can only prove provide flyovers for his dear state, and now he is in the neck of the state elected governor to be given a ransom with this act. Such a man is not different from kidnappers. Wonders shall never end in this nation. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Honorable Onyedika Osakwe. We have this message. It's coming from the boss from Okozu, and he says, um, today, first new. Okay, he says, gunmen kill monarch. I wonder where they are taking us to. God help us. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Igwe Emmanuel from Ubo, and he says, let Mr. President reduce fuel price and also release our Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that peace will come to Southeast. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It is, and it says, the recent depreciation of naira to his dollar exchange has brought a lot of economic hardship. And I wish Super Eagles victory on today's match against Angola on the ongoing African Cup of Nations at in Ivory Coast. And he says he's coming from Wingate, Ikechukwu Mwakeze from Okozo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. On our Facebook portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from Chinwoba Ume, and he says, very pity to the people of the Plateau, the victims of Plateau attack. And he said, may the soul of the victims rest is the best. Agonabo, he's joining us from Ofa Aglozibo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. From our WhatsApp portal, we have this message. It is coming from Kenneth Ndubisioka from Umweza Omonachi, and it says, presidency compares South Africa and other countries' insecurities to Nigerian insecurity is an incompetent statement from our leaders. Government is busy with comparison while killings are perpetuated every day in Nigeria. It is unfortunate that despite all the arms, helicopters, and other sophisticated machines are procured to fight terrorism and bandits, yet no record. There was again government playing another $1 billion for jet fighter. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Kenneth Ndubi C. Okafor. Yes, we are going to have sent another message and says, Matt, he says, I'm never know that what Nigeria will do about this kidnapping. And he says how to bring back Nigeria as of old. Everything is still lingering and no solution. Agona will joining us from Ofa Aguluzibo. We have a message. It's coming from Honorable Obasi, aka Authority More Than Power. It's more than power. And he says issue of kidnapping has become a black market business. So Wally Song, and for from my own indication, it is as a result of hardship in the country and bad governance that causing all the that is causing all this calamity. And he says going on in Nigeria. Okay, may God help Nigeria. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Honorable Obasi, aka Authority is More Than Power. And this is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning once it's 7 o'clock. So keep a date as we're going to do it again on Monday. But don't touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Once it's 8:20, we'll be back with Birthday Splash. Until we meet again, I am Martin. Have a wonderful morning.
Oh yes, Omonia, are you ready? Omonia City White Crusade. Oh God, Yabu, oh God, Yabu. Omonia na obodo niile gbara ya okirikiri gaji ịghọta mbitụ aka Chineke n'ụzọ ga-adị ebube. Dịka Evangelist John Oka ga-atụda n'Omonia iji wee chịkọba ọgbakọ oziọma kpọrọ abalị abụọ ga-ada ụda akpọrọ 2 Nights of Solution. Abalị abụọ iji wee weta ogbo nyere nsogbu gị niile. Isiokwu ya bụ Enough is enough. Tell Ahab Elijah is here. O zuola, ọ tụọla ya. Amụghị nwa gị ahụ atụọla ya. Ọnọdụ ụbịam o mebere machi ekwe gị ahụ atụọla ya. Nrịanrịa ahụ na-emeba gị ahụ, nsogbu nke ezinụlọ, abụmọnụ, alụghị di maọbụ nwaanyị n'oge kwesịrị, ha niile ga-abịa n'isi njedebe maka na eluigwe esugo stam. Cheta na ọ bụ Apostle Dr. John Oka ka Chineke ga-ejikwara ngwa ọrụ n'ọgbakọ oziọma a. Ọ ga-amalite n'abalị 23 wee ruo n'abalị 24 nke ọnwa Febrụwarị afọ a. Ọ ga na-amalite ma o jiri ọkara gafeta elekere 4 nke mgbede n'ụbọchị ndị a niile, ebe ọ ga n'ime ebunilo ndị ichie họl dị n'Ụmụnya. Maka ajụjụ kpọọ 0703 3881 221. Kpọrọ ndị ezinụlọ gị, kpọrọ ikwu na ibe gị, bịa sonye n'ihe omume a maka na Elijah nọ n'ebe a. Jizọs bụ eze.
Hello, Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Friday, the most Thank God it's Friday. Friday, the most favorable day of the week. So hook up with DJ East every Friday by 9 p.m. on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. This is a program where we bring onto you entertainment and the best of fun, and also give you the privilege to make some music requests. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Don't miss this every Friday night by 9 p.m. with DJ East on Airborne at the 103.5 FM of the day. Hello, Friday.
Family is the foundation of the society. Now, this never on the 103.5 FM. Wherever I can
Mama na ụmụaka maka ịmata ihe gbasara ezinụlọ. Classic Lady.
Classic Lady.
Never on the 103.5
FM. No girl be ezinụlọ. Canada Diary every Tuesday na Friday 3 to 4 p.m.
Biko nwanne m bekene ka m jụọ gị, kedu ebe m ga-enweta ezigbo MC maka mmemme a na-akwado?
Ị ka na-ajụ ajụ, kpọọ Shaka Shaka, the latest MC in town, ka occasion gị anwa bụrụ ịkwa. Ị na-achọ ezigbo MC maọbụ DJ na agbamakwụkwọ go, agbamnkwụ go, child dedication go, imepe ụlọ, ọ bụzi ụmụ akwụkwọ na-eme graduation maọbụ end of the year party. Shaka Shaka bịa na mmemme ahụ. Ị mara na I love you bụ Selekusi. Kpọọ ya n'akara ekwentị ndị a:
09022670547 maọbụ WhatsApp 07030366888.
ụmụnne Shaka Shaka.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebonadi FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be,
Our government,
whatever. Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community, Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanishku, number the first every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Epona 103.5 FM as Street Reports on Fools. In your face. On Emas Nebona the corner 24/7, 24/7.
You like, subscribe, and share, right?
Take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Epona FM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you